people, my name is Rudra Kush and welcome back to a new video. So my friends at SoundFact, they reached out to me and they wanted me to check out their new pack, which is Cyclopedia 2. And let me just tell you something right off the bat. This sample pack is just not your usual library. This is huge. So you have around like 22 GB of sounds, which are really useful. And I'm gonna break down a track that is made up entirely with this sample pack. Also, if you want to check out the sample pack, the link is in the description and you can use the code RUDRA25 for a 15% discount on this pack. So yeah, let's check out the pack. Alright, so I am gonna break down this progressive house style song, which I made using just the samples. No presets were used in this pack, in this track I mean. So all the sounds that you see here, like all the synth sounds, made of entirely just the samples, directly borrowed from this sample pack. So we have everything from this, including the vocal, which is they have a lot of vocals. So everything was made entirely from this sample pack. I'm gonna break down this track, but first let's hear a snippet of this song. So let's check them out. I'm gonna play from the break and then we will break down the track.
How did you manage to make me fall over the edge? Blinded by desire, falling for your call.
So yeah, a really deep and progressive kind of sound, and this is not usually what I make, so I wanted to make something new with this pack. So here we have this deep progressive style song. So let's check out the song. But first I want to go through this sample pack. So this is Cyclopedia 2 and you can see this sound pack is filled with sounds. So we have, and the most important thing about a sample pack is the organization, and I love how they have organized the entire sample pack. So we have one shots, kick drums, claps, snares, rim shot, and every drum sound here, and you have a lot of Foley sounds, which is also good. And are you seeing this? They have folders inside of folders. Amazing sounds. They have every category you can think of. Low percussions, high percussions, toms, Latin percussions. So you can pretty much make any genre with this. Bongos. So crashes. Reverse crash. So shakers and bunch of shakers. Very, very nice. Tambourines, rim shots, and you can see they have categorized their sounds very, very neatly. Very nice sounds. And the kick sounds are great. So they have signature kicks, prog and melodic, softer, harder, huh? Very nice. Deep and punchy signature kicks. Love the kick sections on this. Kick with stuff, huh? So basically layered kicks. House and tech house. Nice. Muffled. For some organic tracks, indie dance. Nice. They also have analog drums, which is super nice. My favorite part from these is loops. I mean, like, I don't really work with loops, but I do like to use like percussions, you know, like drum loops basically. So they have beautiful. So the good thing is, like, you have the full drum like the drum bus, and then each drum bus have like all the layers. So just the kick. So basically all the layers, which is super helpful, because most of the time what happens is, like, you know, you have drum loops, but I really like just the snare from that, and it's like not possible just to take out like the snare from that loop. So we have the entire drum bus here, which is super nice. And they have, you know, organic afro. Deep house. Very nice. Progressive house. I love that. Alternative. Nice. So drum loops, they have same like in same fashion like the top loops, just on the top loops, and they have the individual layers also, which is super nice. And percussion loops, they have a lot of percussion loops, which is, I love that. All different kind of percussions you can use in your tracks. So like very nice. And they have fills, like your fills. Very nice. Effects, all of your like reverse vocals, your uplifter, downlifters, impacts, you have everything. And atmosphere, and I love this section. And I think I started this track with one of their atmospheres. Yeah, so this is the one that I used. So there's a filter automation on this one. This one is the 17 is this one. Yeah, this is the one that I used. I just love these drone sounds. Love them. For ambient music, this is really great. A lot of textures and everything. Environmental recordings. You can pretty much make any genre, I'm telling you. I love the bass lines on this one. They're sick. So the best thing, they have MIDIs for each of your bass line. Can you imagine? So if, just in case if you don't like the sound, they have the MIDI. You can use your favorite synthesizer and get the exact same, like the notes. Legato bass lines. You have progressive. And then you have rolling bass line. Lovely. They have arpeggios, chords, and I think I used like one of them dub chords. So from this we have the 18th, so we use this one. Yeah, this was really like inspiring, so I just used like this one, and I started the track I think with this this pad and this chord sound. Yeah, so again they have MIDI, and they also have like dry wave, which is because this one is basically it's with the tail, so just in case you need that, it's available. But they have the dry version of that as well, and also the MIDI, which is super handy. And some keys, piano loops, again with the midis, which is great. And we have soft pianos. Again, some live instruments like violins and stuff. So yeah, as I'm and yeah, vocals, like you cannot even imagine, like they have the full vocals, and I think this is the one that I used in the song. Yeah, this one. And the good thing is they have the unprocessed vocal, so you can really process like with your own effects. So you really have like the full control of your song. So if you want to use just samples, you can, but you can manipulate all these sample in your own way. So you have the MIDI, you have the dry versions, so you have everything. So for me, like, this is like one of the best packs that I came across, and I just love the sounds. And you have everything you need in order to make a complete song, and this entire song was made just using the samples from this pack. So let's go through the song and let's see how this was made. So first of all, the kick, and this is the kick that I used. So this is the signature Afterlife kick drum, and this is how it sounds. Very deep and punchy. And again, I like to keep my kicks short, so around 150 to 200 milliseconds. And there is nothing on the bus because the sound was super clean, so I didn't feel to EQ or anything, just controlling the gain in the mix. And next we have this bass loop. So let me play you with the kick. Very nice. Again, I did not process the bass. EQ we have, but it's like on the default settings. We just have sidechain from Shaperbox, and that's it. All right, so let's check. What's this? All right, so this is Reese bass. Yeah, so one from their legato basses, and this I used the number 33, and I think this was like the complete sound is basically the note is changing, I think, in this one. Yeah, so there's like notes changing, and I just wanted like the first part of the loop, so just basically it's staying on the one note. And again, as you can see, no processing at all. Just super clean right off the sample pack. And this is happening in the break section. And next we have some percussions or drum sounds. So first of all, we have a snare. So we have this snare, this indie style snare, which is the number 11 from their indie section. And I just have a little low cut on the sound, and that's it. Also like just a little bit of room reverb because I wanted to have some space for the snare. And then I'm layering that snare with the clap, and this is the like a thin clap that I'm using from the same pack, number 3, with again some EQ and nothing else. So this is how this sounds. So the clap is just basically giving a little depth. And this is the rim shot. So this is the number 3 rim. Again, super clean sound, no EQ, nothing. And this is the rolling hat. And I think I took it like from the this drum loop construction, and I am using the loop number 2 from there, the rolling hats. Again, just with them some sidechain and no processing because it was very clean. And then we have the shakers, just some sidechain, nothing on the nothing else. And then we have this interesting low percussion sounds, which is really adding to the groove of the track. Let me just play you like all these sounds. And if I play it with the kick, Let me just turn off the bass so that you can hear this loop. Love that sound. Next we have this open hat. Again, no processing, very, very simple. So this is how the entire drum group sounds like. And this is how it sounds with the kick. Alright, so let's move on. So there's nothing on the drum group, and let's move on to the synth. So I already showed you 2 synths. So this is the loop that I used. So some chords. I really like how they have the automation. Like that. So I just have an EQ and just a little bit of sidechain. This is not happening here because there is no kick here. So let's move in here. So just a little bit of sidechain. This is basically carrying the whole track, and we have this atmospheric sound which I already showed you, but this is like the base of the whole track. Same loop, just for the entire track. I love this atmospheric sound. And then we have this one. So this is like from their vocal atmosphere section, from their atmospheric section right here. So they have a lot of vocal atmospheres. And I have used a Valhalla super massive on 100% mix, and the preset is billions and billions. So basically this is acting as a vocal bed with some long decay. And this is how it sounds with other synth. Beautiful, beautiful. Very nice. And this one is, so basically this is a part of a much longer loop. This is basically the arpeggio from Afterlife. So they have really nice arpeggios here. So thematic, melodic, Afterlife arpeggios. And again, you have the midis and the dry versions of these ones. Sine arpeggios. Love that one. So yeah, this was I just wanted to use this section right here. So I just used the first part of it. So again, we have just a delay, some EQ which is cutting the low end, and nothing else. The next sound is this one. This is like the rhythm which is basically giving that driving feel to the song. So this is from their Afro drone, basically just one note, rhythm, one note, which is very common in Afro house, like these. So again, we have just an EQ, some auto filter, which I think I'm not really using it, yeah, and nothing else. I think just an EQ, yeah, yep, to the entire track, just like that. But we do have some reverb, and I think that is pretty much it for the entire musical, for the melodies group. So we have just a couple of layers, and that's it. And so what's really carrying the whole track is this vocal. So I use the vocal like in small bits, and then we have the main hook here. This is the vocal, this is how it sounds like.
How did you manage to make me?
So we have a huge reverb. So we have like a huge reverb here, and on the group we have like EQ, some compression, some delay, like very basic stuff.
How did you manage to?
And I do have like some
How did you manage to make me?
like some ear candy stuff, some textural stuff. And the way I have created this is the same thing, but this is like stretched, and I have used the beats algorithm for this. And if you stretch vocals in beats algorithm, it gives you like this like jerky and glitchy kind of vocals. If I switch it to complex, so same thing, but in the beats it sounds super interesting. So I have just like sprinkled it in the arrangement, like just different parts of the vocal. And here as well. So basically this is the second part of that vocal. This is the harmony from that. So yep, these vocals have harmonies also. So this is the let me show you the vocals. So yep, so they have dry lead, wet doubles, wet full, wet lead, the harmony. So they really have the full vocal, and you can use like individual layers. And if you don't like the processing on it, again you have the unprocessed version from that. And you have like vocals based on like these the singers. So this is from Alyssa, and you have a lot of vocals to work from. So again, they have this bonus Afro shouts also, which is really popular in modern Afro house songs. So this pack has that as well. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this track, and rest is just some effects, which is the uplifter and downlifter and some snare buildup like this. Nothing crazy. I just have an auto filter, which is being automated, and some volume automation. Pretty simple stuff. So yeah, let's check out the full track. So yeah, that was the track. So if you want to check out this Cyclopedia 2 pack, the link is in the description, and don't forget to use the code Rudra25 to receive a 15% discount on this pack. If you wanna grab a copy, just go to the link in the description and you can grab your copy from there. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, peace.